Medline Remedy has your skincare needs covered. Created by skincare experts and trusted by healthcare professionals, Remedy combines advanced skincare science with gentle, therapeutic ingredients. The proprietary Remedy nutrient complex nourishes, soothes, and supports moisture balance while caring for even the most sensitive skin. Remedy products include moisturizers, cleansers, zinc products, antifungal treatments, shampoo, and conditioners. Remedy, the #1 skincare brand in healthcare, is available on Amazon and Walmart.com. Claims are validated by Clarivate Healthcare market data through December 2023.
President Trump, why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh in on the racial identity of your opponent?
I read where she was not black, and then I read that she was black.
Vice President Harris?
We have someone who wants to be president who has consistently attempted to use race to divide, and I think the American people want better than that, want better than this. We all have dreams and want a president who invests in those, not in hate and division.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for President.
Mavericks fans last night.
You're such fucking dopes. I love you, but you are not serious people.
Hey, Kyrie, make a three.
I'm not going to, so quit asking. Bring your ass. Hey, bring your
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Game On. This is your Sports Morning Espresso Shot. I'm your host, Will, from Game On, and he's Cricket from sportspicks.locals.com, and we're here to bring you the latest and greatest going on in the sports world, and we'll get right into it. NBA Finals Game 1 started last night, or they were supposed to start last night, Cricket. One team, the Dallas Mavericks, decided not to show up, and you know what they say, a series doesn't start until the road team wins a game. Road team hasn't won a game yet, so the NBA Finals, technically, by that logic, Cricket, has not started.
Yep, not even started yet, man. Not even started yet. It didn't look like there was much to watch last night. I didn't watch a whole lot of it. I had on the background while we were doing the Stanley Cup final preview and all that, so that was a lot of fun, man. But yeah, I'll tell you, I did not feel like there was much of that worth watching last night, man.
No. For those of you that don't know, Boston Celtics came out. They dominated from start to finish, and they were up 20. Oh god, they were up like 20 something at half, and then at one point, the Mavericks were down 29, and then in the third quarter, the Mavericks brought it back within 8, and that's right when I started paying attention to it again. They suckered me right back in, and then the next thing I know, I blink, and we're going into the fourth quarter, and they're down 20 already. They're down 20 again.
God, I know, man. It's crazy how fast that happens in the NBA, too.
You know what's crazy, too, is if you had Luka over his points, dude had 27 going into the fourth quarter. He didn't go over. He did get a double-double, though.
Oh, he didn't go over. He landed right on 30?
Yeah, it was. I think his over was like 31 or 31 and a half.
I started to say, I know I saw it at 30 and a half, but I figured it was creeping up, man. Yeah, that's gross. 27 going into the fourth and doesn't get there.
Apparently, though, who was it? Was it AK last night was telling us he was the first player to make his finals debut to have a double-double since
a 30-point double-double since Tim Duncan in 99, man. Yeah.
That's good company to be with.
Pretty good, man.
They had that going for them last night.
I like Timmy D, man. So, yeah, good company. Yeah, you got that at least.
One of the betting favorites now to win the MVP is Kristaps Porzingis after he went off last night. Now, I don't want to say he went off. It was actually more so he had a really good first quarter. He was just lights out. And then after that, he scores a couple more points in the second quarter. And he didn't do much in the second half. Now you can make the argument, well, the Celtics didn't really have to do much in the second half, and you'd be right. But I had Heavy Steps texting me. He's like, I guess my buddy was right about Porzingis being the X factor in this thing. And I go, dude, let's pump the brakes. It's been 1.5. This is like at halftime, right? And I'm like, it's been 1.5 of a very, very long series. You may be right, though, but I would say let's pump the brakes on that. Speaking of Heavy Steps, Papa Steps is in the house. Good morning, sir. It's been a while. How are you? So the Colts are flying under the radar this preseason. I saw something about Richardson having a sore shoulder or something like that. That's
Well, he's coming off that surgery and everything. Good morning, Papa Steps. Great to see
who
you.
knows how severe that is, but I mean, you don't really want to hear any rumors about that or any news.
I don't want to hear anything banged up on my franchise quarterback that's played all of like 4 games at this point. I don't need anything banged up on that guy coming off of surgery and all that. We're supposed to clean all that up in the last 9 months before the season started.
You know, I do want to hear. I want to hear you, my boy Blue. What up, Blue? How we doing? Miss Marlene's in the house. As the boys know how to kick off the show. Happy Friday. That's right. We love to kick things off here. What? Oh God, what is it? Now I gotta say, clear the plate when we do our baseball stuff, right? Is that what it was?
Set the plate.
Set the plate. That's right. Set the plate. And Super James is in the house. Super James, I'm glad you're here this morning because I know you would relate with this. I was going to talk to you about this, Cricket. I love that I'm at that point in a marriage. We've been married, I think, 5 years now. So we're young into our marriage, right? We've been together almost 8 years. Married for 5. Anyways, we're early into the marriage, and but we're already at the point of where when I know I've pissed her off or I'm in trouble, I'm like, okay, is what it is. You're gonna be pissed at me no matter what I do, so I'm not gonna let this affect my mood.
Yep. Sometimes there's nothing you can do to win those.
That was yesterday, especially when I tried to hop it on with you guys at first. She was like, "Why does the baby cry out?" I'm like, "Dude, she's fine.
She's a baby. They cry."
Yeah, she's like, she never does that when she's eating. I go, well, she's never been on stream with me while she's eating. Right?
She wasn't ready for it. Just for we'll get there. Okay.
Oh my God, yeah, I got an earful. Another reason why I went out to the porch.
I'm gonna go out and get some fresh air. I understand. Good morning, Loki. He said Kyrie under Robert call came through, and then yeah, man, we had that dialed in with the over in the first quarter, under for the game, man.
Yeah, Robert and them, their picks were dialed in. You know what? I gave out all these freaking picks and parlays and stuff like that, and I didn't tie everything to the game. I should have just. I mean, I did flat out bet the under, so that came through for me. That's the only thing that came through last night. But I also had some other stats, and then I was like, well, if Dallas wins this game, games will probably go under, like the under anyways. But then I also had like other things tied to the under, like some props and stuff like that, some little anti-correlated, like Kyrie over his threes and under in the game and stuff like nothing. Crickets, nothing. Nothing.
I understand, man. It happens like that. This NBA, I'll be so damn glad when this stuff's over.
What?
I'm tired of trying to figure this stuff out, bro.
You're gonna say that until we have dog days of summer, and it's gonna be us staring at. Wow, we've got 2 games today in MLB.
We never, ever, you never have.
We got the Rockies and the Nationals going at it.
Patrick Corbin Day, let's go.
We got the White Sox and the A's.
Hey, baseball, if you want to just have to quit playing baseball, play those 2 games and only those 2 games that day.
Hey, how's Blackburn doing, by the way, for the A's? I feel like I haven't heard about that.
He's hurt, I think. I think he's hurt.
Okay, that's why I haven't heard about him. I'm like, I feel like it's been a month.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's hurt. He's been on the IL for a couple weeks now, I think. Nothing. I don't think it was anything major or nothing like that, but just something he needed a couple weeks, some kind of strain or sprain or something, you know.
Or he's like, "Hey, we suck. Guys. Let's not burn."
That could be it. That could be it.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm injured.
They had that other pitcher get suspended in the whole betting against scandal the other day. The guy Michael Kelly is 3-2 on the year. He got suspended for a year after it came out that he was betting on some baseball games when he was in the minor leagues the other day. So they're down another pitcher too. The A's in trouble, man. They were in trouble already.
I feel like that's okay. You're in the minors, right? You're not in the big leagues yet. You can bet on some stuff. You can bet the ponies.
I mean, I don't know. Whatever. They're gonna have to figure it out. I don't know what they're gonna do as far as that goes. But I mean, I would think a minor league baseball player doesn't have a whole lot of impact on a major.
Here's what I don't get, Cricket. They can't bet on sports yet. We see every single year these guys go to the Kentucky Derby and go place bets there. Like, riddle me that, Cricket.
See them playing craps for $10,000 a roll and stuff.
Yeah, but they can't go
bet on a major league baseball game when they're playing at AAA Rochester.
Or they can't bet on their own kids' little league games. Like, what are we doing? You know,
Hey, that's the only way to go to Little League games. You better take a pocket full of ones.
Buku knows what that's like, right? Buku, you sounded good on the mic last night, brother. I'm just saying,
Man, some people just
you
got
brought it last night. I liked it.
That's right. Yeah, some people just got it. Good morning to see you.
This is great right here. Where's it at?
He said, Loki said, I couldn't believe what I was watching. Luka looked like he forgot how to shoot and dribble. He still got 30.
They just looked like they forgot how to play team.
They didn't look good at all, man.
Men all over the world sitting on the porch and ate for fresh air. I had the baby with me too. When she was like in a milk coma. She's like,
oh, she was, man. She totally looks like she had that milk coma going on.
She couldn't freak out if she wanted to. Yeah, they did get clapped. But here's the thing, and I should have thought about this last night.
Up, Dirk?
This is probably why Robert was all over the Celtics in game 1 was the Dallas Mavericks. This is what they do. Last series was a fluke, an anomaly. The Mavericks, they always lose. Look at the last 5 years in their playoff history. They always lose game 1. I don't know why.
I was thinking about that last night I remember you'd sent me that thing before the last series where they're like 1-11 in their last 12 game ones or something. I was like, well, we got to bet them in this one. They're going to definitely win this one. Now, I didn't see those shared last night.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about it until I was watching the game and I was like, oh, yeah. Now this is ringing a bell.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was telling you this, Cricket. I was like, my bet yesterday for the contest was Kyrie to make the first 3-pointer for the Mavs, right? Not for the game, but for the Mavs, that team. Who was going to make the first 3-pointer for them? It was actually Jones Jr. there. They're good. Someone out of nowhere. It's just, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man. Didn't that drive you crazy? Like, why didn't I bet the guy that was plus 2,800?
Yeah, the guy that made one all game, and it happens to be the one.
Make the one right off the rip, come out here just launching from deep, bury it. Yeah, saw that coming.
Yeah. Oh, that just reminded me too. The one pick that one of the parlays I think I got wrong was Derek White over, or no, Derek White under his points, and it was 14.5, and he landed on 15.
Gross, man. You had a good run last night in the NBA.
I know.
You've been begging for this stuff to come back just so you could take beats like that.
Yeah, it felt good. It felt real good. And I get 2 days to lick my wounds because we don't play again until Sunday. So, you know, I mean, I get to really think on it.
That's right.
But the reason why I went Kyrie to make the first one for the Mavs, because I thought, and you know what? I'm still right. I'm going to argue that I'm still right. This is what the Mavs should have done, right? NBA Finals, game 1. A lot of these guys, it's their first NBA Finals game of their career. Some of them, it should be their last because they played so dog shit. They don't deserve to play another one. Who do you turn to in that spot? Nerves are going to be up. You know, you're going to be a little jittery. You're going to be a little bit antsy out there, you know. Lively looked like he fouled out or almost fouled out. He had like 5 fouls by like the start of this third quarter.
That's ridiculous.
Or halfway through the third quarter, right when they were they were rolling and getting things like brought it within 8. He gets his 5th foul, and I'm like, well, goodbye.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
thanks for playing.
Yeah, and then so anyways, I'm like, well, you give it to the guy that's made probably, if not one of the biggest 3-point shots of NBA Finals history in Kyrie Irving. You remember that Game 7, 2016 against the Warriors, right?
Yep.
Right after that, you had LeBron's block, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, this guy's been there before. Uncle Drew. You pass it to Kyrie, you let him make that 3, and you set the tone right off the bat. Well, they didn't do that, and Kyrie didn't even make a single 3 last night. So all in all, I think this was a good win by the Celtics. They still have, I ran the calculations last night, Cricket. They still have a 0% chance to win the finals. So I wouldn't put too much into this one. Like I said, I think this series, they're going to go 1-1 here, and then they're going to go 1-1 in Dallas, and we're going to be 2-2 heading into 5. And I think, and it made me appreciate this even more. I think the longer the series goes, Boston needs to win game 2, because the longer this series goes, the Mavericks are going to start figuring out the Celtics. Luka's going to start figuring out the Celtics. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. I think the longer it goes, the more the advantage does kind of shift to Dallas right there. But after what I saw last night, I don't think it's going to go more than 4 games.
Oh, please. Just
I mean,
it's
it
one
will.
game.
They
They're
got
gonna come
whipped, though,
out.
bro. They got whipped, embarrassed.
Yeah, but they've done that. I mean, they've done it in every. Well,
Yeah, that's true.
I guess. Even against the Timberwolves, they got whipped in one game, right? Like
they did. I mean, yeah,
there's a reason why they say in these NBA playoffs, if you like the dog, you bet the money line. If you like the favorite, you lay the points because the spread hardly ever comes into play. It's because when it gets bad, it's bad, and you just chalk it up and you say, "Well, it's only one game, right? It's only one game. We get to come back and play this game again." You know.
Yep. Yeah, that's fair. Run it back. Run it back. A lot of basketball.
Blue got 4 hours of sleep.
Man, yeah, about as much as I did.
Me too, Blue. You got 4 hours of sleep. Super James and Mighty early in Vegas. Yes, it is.
Mighty
early over here. We're approaching what 5 a.m. over here, man.
Yeah, you're getting there, man. Getting close. Yeah, about 5 a.m. Pacific time. We are going to have the Wolf of Oaklawn come in and join us, man. We'll talk a little ponies about the Belmont Stakes this week. See if we can find some winners and just check in on Wolf. See how he's doing, man.
We're gonna eat some steaks.
Hey, man, yeah, we hope so. We hope we win best enough to eat some steaks this weekend, man. Good steaks.
I traded up some steaks yesterday. It was good.
Man.
Not tried to just some sirloin steaks. It was good.
Let's go, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Logan says announcers were talking about how Luka was not passing the ball. He was not. He wasn't. He was trying to get his team going with that step back 3.
Yeah. I mean, that will get him a little fired up there, but I mean, at the same time, what got you here distributing that ball to some of those other key role players and all that? I think if Luka's looking just to score, man, they're going to be in trouble.
Oh, my gosh. I got to see if I can find this. I was going to tell you this, Cricket. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the clip.
What's it of?
You'll see.
Uh-oh. One of those, huh?
Yeah. It's something that I was going to have I was going to have queued up.
Is it basketball related?
No,
just life related.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Chat the chat for 1 second.
Yeah, he gonna try to figure this out. There ain't no telling what this is, y'all. So I'm a little nervous on what this could be. So see, you said SJ gotta go at least 6, but I will not miss it. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know, man. The Mavs looked like they were in all kinds of trouble last night. I didn't watch a whole lot of it. I didn't. There wasn't much to watch, man. Every time I looked up, then about a 20-point difference in the score. So it wasn't a whole lot to see right there in that thing. Like you said, announcers were talking how Luka was not passing the ball. Yeah, we talked about that. Did you find it, man?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So the meme was, I sent this to my wife. It was, when I tell my wife how easy it is being a stay-at-home mom, and then she leaves me, and then one day she leaves me at home with all the kids.
More though, is it? Is it?
No, not by
No, it's not fun anymore.
No.
Not even a little bit.
No.
Make up your mind.
No.
Think. Since you're thinking now, go on. Think. Is it fun?
No, sir.
Zero fun, sir.
It's not funny anymore, is it? I saw that. I sent it to my wife.
Zero fun, sir. All right.
Kids all day, every day.
That's actual footage, man.
I'm gonna clip that out.
Yeah, that's a good one. Zero fun, sir.
It's not fun anymore, is it? Is it?
No. Petey, shout out to Petey, man.
I told you it was worth it. You just gotta let me wait.
They usually are worth it, man. They usually are worth it.
I have to step away because I can't listen to you and listen to the thing going on at the same time. I feel like I'm in a different universe.
If I ever actually like click up to try to get the chat on a Rumble thing or whatever, and it starts playing us like behind it, it make you throw your whole thinking process off, man.
Yeah, let's do that one more time. One more time, guys. Let's see. When the wife leaves you at home with the kids all day.
Well, it was fun.
Not anymore though, is it? Is it?
No, not by
No, it's not fun anymore. Not even a little bit.
That is so much.
Zero fun, sir.
That is so my wife.
She gonna kill you, man.
I know she is. It's all right. I was
in
in the doghouse last night. I'm pretty sure I'm still in the doghouse because then I got woken up in the middle of the night. Told me I was snoring again. And I was like, damn it.
You have to go.
Go sleep over here.
This man went to the other day, man. You gotta go check out the sleep apnea, man.
No, this last night wasn't my fault because it happens if I lay on my back, it's gonna happen.
Yep.
The only reason why I laid on my back was because I got into bed and I thought she was coming to bed. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna lay here. She likes to cuddle or whatnot. I'm gonna wait. I was waiting for her and I fell asleep. Not my fault. She took forever.
That's true.
I wasn't happy just rolling over, going to bed. But then if I would have rolled over, went into bed, you know what I mean? She would have been pissed about that. Can't win, cricket. You can't. Welcome to marriage. Right, Super James?
That's right.
What else we got going on in the sports world? By the way, I did have a preview set. I needed a couple. It was almost done, and I forgot to click post. So that's my bad last night, guys. That's my
bad.
Mavericks fan showing up to game 1.
That's our guy, Corey. Shout out to Corey, man. Hope Corey's doing all right. Get you a license, Corey. Corey got to get him a license, man. Like you said, who you betting for golf, man? I had a little profit boost over on DraftKings yesterday, Loki, and I wound up taking Louis Iberg or or whatever his name is. But
this is the DMV calling Corey.
Bring gas. Hey, bring gas.
Yeah, but yeah, I took Louis Iberg yesterday, man. I got a pretty good little profit boost on it. I got him over plus 2,000 when I finally bet him. Louis Iberg in the he's a young dude that he played. I think he finished second at the Masters, and young dude. He's good. He plays good on courses like this. AK was talking about it last night. These technical courses where you don't have the long bomber holes. It's kind of technical. You hit to this spot, then you got the shot from here to that spot. Louis Iberg's pretty good at courses like that, man. So yeah, I wound up putting a little sprinkle on him yesterday, Loki. And we'll see how that works out. Oh man, we got a guest in here, man.
Ooh.
Let's get him in.
Bring him in.
What's going on, brother?
How we doing?
I've been so excited to come back since the last time I was here. I'm doing fantastic. How are y'all doing?
Good, man.
Good.
It's good to have you, bro.
Well, we're happy you're here because look at Rumble. It's like you hop on the show, and the next thing I know, we're like the featured spot on top of Rumble right now. So, I mean, I feel like you're kind of a big deal now, huh? Look at that, helping the show out.
I'm telling you, man, the wolf wakes up, pisses excellence, man. You've been crushing the ponies, ain't you?
Lately been good, but gotta stay humble because sometimes DJ and Icarus flies a little too close to the sun. You know,
I understand.
But yeah,
no,
man,
that's not how we do it here on the show. This is us on the show.
Well, Dak, here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff. I'm just a big, hairy American winning machine.
If you don't have that kind of mentality, don't even bother showing up to the show. You know what I mean? Even after getting our ass spanked in NBA last night, we're right back here, ready to go. What are we going to lose out on next?
When did Kyrie start dressing like he was going to be featured on Andre 3000's flute album, by the way?
He played like that.
You can do that if you go drop like 40, right? If you go drop 40 and your team wins, you can dress however you want.
Nobody cares you're wearing James Harden's bell bottoms.
When you go 0 for 5 from 3 and you get 12 points,
people going to ask questions.
You better button it up, you know?
Yeah.
That's when you lose the feather. That's when the dangly feather doesn't really work anymore.
Yeah, absolutely right. That's when it's over then, man. What'd you think about that NBA game last night, Chase? You have any opinion on game 1 of the finals? I thought the Mavericks looked dead, man.
They did. Luka looked tired, but Luka always looks tired, so it's hard to take anything away from that. I don't know. I think it's going to be really hard to beat any team, be it college, high school, junior high, church league, when they hit that many 3-pointers. So,
yeah, that's true, man. So they were on fire. They were dialed in that thing last night. It's going to be a long series and all that, but based on what I see, Will's right. The Mavericks do this a lot in game 1s, man. They really just come out pretty flat, get smacked in the mouth. They did it again last night. I expect them to bounce back in game 2. I probably will bet the Mavericks in game 2, Will.
Yeah, I mean, they went 16 of 42 from 3. I feel like
that's pretty solid.
The Mavericks are okay with 38%. I mean, they would probably like that to be a little bit lower, but I feel like giving up 38% because they do give up the most threes.
Yeah.
They're going to have to do some sort of adjustment, but they just couldn't weather the storm when Porzingis, and let's pump the brakes on Porzingis being finals MVP. The dude had one really good quarter. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he had a 5-minute stretch where he put up 8 points. couldn't miss. Let's pump the brakes.
That's right. Oh, good morning, Mom. Mom's is in here, man. Mama Cricket done made it in the house. Good morning, Mom.
What?
Right.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Is this?
Man.
I think this is the first, right? Cricket, Mama Cricket.
The first on this show. She's hopped in, spoke spread in the afternoon. She normally it's a little early in the morning for her, but man, she's up and going this morning. So good morning, Mama.
Well, good morning, Mama Cricket.
Right.
I don't know what clip to play for her. I feel like we've got to. I don't know. I feel we always play clips for new people. I'm gonna have to think on that one.
That's fair. You take your time, sir. Take your time.
Here you go, Mama Cricket.
My nigga. Roll your window down.
That's right. That will work.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Good to have you here. All right. Yeah, well, I don't know why we get 2 days off in between game 1 and 2. It's not like they got to go anywhere. But we'll be back. We'll be back Sunday and recapping on Monday morning what happens game 2. I think it's going to be a totally different game. Not saying Dallas are for sure going to win it, but I think it's going to be at least competitive.
Yeah, I think it will be too, man. I expect them to bounce back and not just get blown out of the water throughout.
You know what's crazy is you can have. I was thinking about this last night because these playoffs have been pretty terrible. But you could have a series go 7 and it still be a terrible series because each game could just be a complete blowout. You know,
right?
Or you can have it like, I mean, you get the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, or even last series, the Timberwolves and the Mavericks, where a team either sweeps or wins 4-1, but it actually seems, or even the Pacers Celtics, right?
That was a 4-0, man, and I felt like every game was close in that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you just look on paper, you go, oh, 4-0 must have been a boring series. I actually know that at one point the Pacers could have been up 3-1.
Yeah, straight up, they could have, man. And they were playing without their best player for most of it.
Anytime a team gets up by about like 20, though, like especially with these later games that started that started at 8:30 Eastern, I get sleepy like someone mashed up a Xanax and put it in my food. Like once it gets that far out of hand, it's like, oh man, okay, hard to keep the eyes open.
Yeah, I understand, man. I understand.
Cricket, we got to check in on our boy. Book it with Trent, right?
Oh, how's Trent been doing, man?
Well, this has nothing to do. He actually is winning, right? He's not winning sports picks or anything. He's just winning in life. Check this out.
I just ordered Jersey Mike's delivery via drone on DoorDash. Let's see how this goes. This is fucking insane, dude. What? Thank you, sir. We'll be seeing. What? That's unbelievable, dude. That is unbelievable. Let's fucking go.
What a world we live in. What a time to be alive, man.
You can get drones just DoorDash your food now.
What a time to be alive. What do you think about this, Chase? That's impressive, man.
I think if that happened in my hometown, that thing would get shot down for sport more than likely.
That's what I'm saying, man. I live in the hills of Tennessee. You got to be more careful flying stuff like that. It'd be sport shooting season, man.
Yeah, I want to know, is there like an extra fee for that? I feel like
for the cool factor,
it would depend where you're at, but I feel like that would cost extra, man.
Should be cheaper. It doesn't need gas.
That's what I was thinking. You don't have to gas it up, but you just plug it in. That's crazy.
I feel like though, if my order got canceled or something like that, and they said the drone crashed, I'd be like, I get it.
I understand. Yeah, that makes sense.
Makes sense. Totally.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts, man.
Oh,
Shout out to Trent though. Well, good for him. Glad Trent's winning a little bit, man. I know Trent takes some rough runs there for sure.
Hey, this ain't sports related, but we'll get into this sometime. The girl in the middle won Miss Alabama last night.
Hell yeah.
What are we doing? Clay Travis says, man, Nick Saban retiring really has the whole state of Alabama shook.
Yeah. Looks like they need a new strength and conditioning coach down there. It got.
We'll get into that another day. I saw that. I saw Clay Travis.
We probably should just leave that alone.
Yes. Oh, you know me. Hey, did you see this? USA stuns Pakistan. I didn't even know this was a thing. I thought this was like our basketball team, and it was said that we had one of the biggest upsets in Olympic history. And I go, that
well, you know that wasn't basketball.
That's why I was saying. I was like, I read it, and then I was like, wait, so then we lost, right? And then I looked, it says USA stuns, blah, blah. And I go, what? And then I go, oh, cricket. Apparently that's a thing. And we're number one again. Let's go.
That's all right. I'll dominate the British at sports that they pioneered. Let's go. Let's do it.
It wasn't the British. It was Pakistan that was on top.
Pakistan, a lot of Middle Eastern countries are very good at cricket, man. It's a big thing over there.
Yeah, well, you need to turn into the cricket sharp. Cricket.
Everybody tells me that, man. I don't know. I don't know anything about. I know it has wickets similar to baseball. It has some similarities anyway, but beyond that, I don't know a lot about cricket. I love it when they have the top 10 plays on SportsCenter and they start to show a cricket play because I know it's going to be gangster.
Right. It's gonna either that ball is gonna be bobbled around or something, or someone's gonna lay out and make that barehanded catch. Yeah. I saw a killer cricket highlight the other day. It must have been like a charity game or something because the guy batting was mic'd up and he fouled, I think, like 3 straight balls off straight into his balls. Like in a row. Just straight up right back into the junk.
Oh my goodness, bro.
Just a fair warning, we have to talk women's sports, and we all know how cricket feels when we talk women's sports.
I'm the leader of the Repeal the 19th. This guy.
I know that, with the whole Caitlin Clark thing and stuff like that, and more eyeballs being put on the WNBA, and all the other players want the credit for it, but we all know like she's the reason why a lot of people are tuning in. You can't. Women's sports gets a lot of flack because no one watches it, and this does not help. This does not help, and I feel like I've never seen this in a professional, like an NBA game. But cricket, watch this.
Instead of throwing it over the top, you reverse it through the person at the top.
Orige with a steal.
Did you see what happened there?
I watched this last night. I didn't realize what was going on, but I just realized she inbounded it to the wrong team, didn't she?
That's a white jersey and that's a black jersey. So not the same team. Okay. Now watch how crazy this steal is.
Over the top, you reverse it through the person at the top.
Orige with a steal.
That doesn't even count as a steal.
Dude, shout out to the announcer though to just play it off like if you were just listening to the game, you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, he stole it!"
He said with the steal night. If you're listening on the radio, you don't even know.
What an amazing athletic effort.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What's up, Slick Card?
And you know what's funny? She also misses it too.
That's what I'm saying. You got to at least hit that one, man. Come on, at least hit that one. That's a bad sequence of basketball right there, man.
What do we do?
Was it Georgetown that did that in the national championship game where the guy just like threw it to James Worthy for North Carolina? It was a NCAA like March Madness like final or Final Four game where did pretty much the exact same thing. They were running the offense and he just looked at James Worthy and just like threw it to the wrong guy. And the guy was just shocked, like, okay.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Slicknard says Clark's the only reason why I watch women's basketball. Exactly. Because she doesn't do stuff like that. Bears here, he says, as your local Purple Samurai, I wish y'all a good morning. Support your local samurai. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. If you're new here, smash that like button and give us a follow. We talk sports every morning and other funny things that I find on Twitter. Or X or whatever we're supposed to call it.
We talk. We have a silly goose time.
We do have a silly goose time. Enjoying the commentary. Good. Hey, there was one cool thing, record-breaking thing, so we got to talk about it, that happened in women's sports yesterday, cricket.
Okay.
Oklahoma sweeps Texas for 4th straight College World Series title.
Big time.
No one's ever done that.
My dumb ass.
No one's ever done that
before.
What's that?
My dumb ass bet Texas before. Plus 115. I should have waited till they lost game 1 and at least bet them at plus 400. Just to have a little sweat. It still wasn't a sweat. Oklahoma drilled them. Didn't matter. They finally lost a game. They had won like damn near 30 straight tournament games, and Florida finally beat them in the College Wars. They beat them one game, but then Oklahoma came out and drilled them the next one. But yeah, 4 straight national championships, bro. That's crazy.
Can we move that thing out of Oklahoma City now? Like now that they've won 4 straight, can we take the show on the road a little bit?
Right. Can we give somebody else some love, man? Hey, I'll tell you this though, bro. I don't know if now because you'll have starting next year, Oklahoma and Texas will both be in the SEC. I don't know if anyone outside of the SEC will ever win another softball national championship. I really don't.
No.
Like I know the Pac-12 used to be what was left of the Pac-12, but some of those West Coast teams, the UCLA's and all that are pretty. I don't know. It'll be
hey. The Lady Cougs are primed to win it next year, but they're not going to let us because we're not going to be in the conference. So they're not going to let us. It will be
2 decades for a team outside of the SEC wins another softball national championship.
What kind of odds are you going to give me on that?
Whatever you want.
I went to high school with the girl who ended up going to OU to play softball, and she was like, "This is how good they are." She was like throwing perfect games in high school, and she went to Oklahoma, and then I'd never heard her name again.
Dude,
like just buried, I think.
Yeah, they got some studs on that team, bro. They got a lot. All the softball teams that made the College World Series, there's a bunch of studs on them teams, bro. Yeah. College softball's fun to watch.
We got a baseball highlight here. Game's a little out of hand. It's 11-4, but check out this 450-foot bomb to the water.
Ooh. High drive right center field. Look at this baby. That's a
in the
cruise
Allegheny.
missile.
Splash
into the Allegheny.
Boom! Look at
man,
that.
That's a bomb right there, man.
Yeah, dude. Look at that.
Let's go.
Water.
Man,
yeah, you deserve fireworks for that one.
That's what I'm saying. That's a moonshot right there, bro. That's getting all of it.
Yeah, look at that. You got it to 7 now. Now you're actually in it. I mean, it's bottom of the 8th. It's probably a little I don't know how this game actually turned out. So
I don't even think he cares after hitting that one.
Look at that exit velocity, 117.7.
That's what I'm saying. That's going, bro.
He was getting out of here in a hurry.
Yeah. And it wasn't just like a line drive missile either. Like it was towering too. Like that was a big shot, man. It's how come every time I see a Pittsburgh player with dreads, I just automatically assume it's McCutcheon?
I told him, I was like, is that McCutcheon hitting that bomb? I totally thought it was him too, bro. He's still playing. He's still having a good year. He's like 37.
Yeah.
What? Really?
It's not old. It's not old.
It's not old. It's old for a baseball player, though.
Touche.
That's fair. I don't know what all is going on over here in the chat, man.
Look at this. Guy he doesn't even know how to enjoy winning. Watch this.
Job's not finished. Is the job finished? I mean, what is there to be happy about? Job's not finished. Is the job finished?
You talking to me?
Yeah, bro. I'm asking you.
No, it's not.
What we're not going to do is celebrate incomplete work.
Jason, you're...
See, can he be?
I can't even enjoy winning.
Right? What enjoy? Nothing. He's a robot. He couldn't even say it like he meant it. He's got to read off. He said, "Yeah, bro, I'm talking to you."
Have some fun out there, man. It's like you won game 1. Congrats. Let's
I mean, they had to write that down for him to say.
I think the guy was actually down below. I think he was looking down at the reporter below.
I was gonna say, how are you gonna ask a rhetorical
paper laying in front of him?
Your shoes.
Look at him. Play that back and look at him. Look down at the paper laying in front of him to say, "Yeah, bro, I'm talking to
in
you."
The series. What's there not to be happy about?
I mean, what is there to be happy about? Job's not finished.
He's reading.
Maybe he's not. Maybe he's not because he's looking the other way.
You talking to me?
He's reading that piece of paper.
No, it's not.
Yeah, he is. He is because he's like,
He's
"Are you
reading that piece of paper?" They had to write that down for him.
That makes me wonder if the guy was in on it the whole time. Like, was this a skit? Did y'all just do a skit on us here?
Well, that guy's like, I'm a better actor than you are.
This is why I tell you, Cricket, the Celtics have a 0% chance to win the NBA Finals. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. You got Luka out there who was getting a rebound and accidentally like tipped the ball out of bounds like early on in the game. And you know what he does? He just smiles and he looks at his team. He's like, "My bad, guys."
Yeah, sorry, guys.
Yeah, he's relaxed out there. He's having a good time. He's not worried he's down 0-1 in the series. This guy's up 1-0 and he's acting like
he can also write his own cue cards. I mean, come on, bro. So you're right, Super James. That looks like a hostage video, man. Straight up. That looks like come on.
They are treating me good. I hope that you bend to their demands. Buy the new bacon sandwich at Subway.
He's trying to look down to read. Like the guy said, "You talking to me?" And he paused, looked down that paper, and says, "Yeah, bro, I'm talking
I thought
to you."
because I didn't hear the beginning of it. I just started it where he started talking. So I figured he's like looking down at the guy, like the reporter or whatever. But you could see, look at this. When he starts it right here,
He
the
cuts his
guy's talking
eyes.
to him.
Jason, you're up 1-0 in the
See?
series.
Yeah,
They're not
he looks
He's clearly
alert.
looking at the guy that direction,
looks
right?
looks alert. Looks alert right now.
be happy about it.
I mean, what is there to be happy about? Job's not finished. Is the job finished?
That's like one of those Joe Biden things where he's not supposed to read the line and he reads it out. Like, is the job finished?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to read that part out.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be a pause. He's like, "Job's not finished. Is the
It's
job
like the
finished?
start of a high school poem. Just like, what is there to be happy about?
Is this a haiku?"
Haiku.
We
Start clapping.
Like I said, he looked and he's like, it's like he didn't know if he was supposed to say, "Yeah, bro, that question was for you," or was that question for me? Was I asking myself a question? Was that supposed to be a thought?
Jalen, get in here.
Yeah, save me, bro.
Because it looks like you asked your Air Force One that question, to be honest.
I'm just that's
That makes so much more sense of why the guy's like, "Are you talking to me?"
Yeah, the guy didn't even know. He was like, I don't think you were supposed to read that one, bro. I got to get a refill, man. Good night.
Dude, I usually don't watch any of the post game stuff, but when I see it clipped, like a 15-second, like a little clip on X, I go, "Oh, this is worth checking out," because it's usually funny.
Right. Maybe Ant said something crazy or something like that. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good
You mean
catch.
like this?
Bring gas. Hey, bring gas.
Yep. They brought it. They brought all of it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, thank God for the internet and X. So then I don't have to watch these things. You just someone else is going to do the work for you and post it on there.
Right. Yeah. Have you ever beat everyone else to getting like a clip like that up? Like you're just like, hold on, I have to record my TV real quick. And like
The only
put it up
time
on
I've ever
X.
done something like that was it was a couple years ago. Do you remember the Will Smith slapping Chris Rock?
Yes.
So that happened, and I just I kind of watched it live, and then I went and showed my wife it, and she's like, "You should do a video on that." And I was like, I looked at her because I didn't even think about it because at that time, all I was doing was sports videos. I didn't even think about like taking something out of pop culture and just doing a video on it and put it on my sports channel, right? And I was like, okay, cool. And I went and did it. And this was, a couple of years back. And I was still new to Rumble. And that ended up being my biggest Rumble video up to that point. I had like 100,000 views on it, made like $25 off of it, which by that point I was making like 4 cents a video I posted on Rumble. So I was like, what the hell? Something like I do all the sports stuff. And it just because my video was the first one up there. So everyone was clicking on it to see the Will Smith slap. That was pretty cool.
He slapped the shadow of a taste out of that dude's mouth, man. Like it was the ghost of a taste was gone after that. I blame Jada. I blame Jada for that. That was her fault. Never would have happened for Jada.
I blame Hollywood.
That works. That works too.
Mama Cricket says, "Will, I want to see more rat roulette betting." Love it. Oh my god,
I like that rat roulette, man. I'll tell you that. Chase, did you ever see that rat roulette, man?
Oh yeah, I'm down. Like as soon as I get that at the Circa, I'm planning my next trip.
That's what I'm saying, man. That must be one of those weird games going over in Thailand. We talk about the weird shit going on in Thailand. That's got to be Thailand.
Everyone yelling and shaking money and smoking cigarettes and playing rat roulette
in a laundromat.
In the back of the laundromat.
Straight up, bro. There's like some washer and dryers back there, a bunch of baskets hanging above their head. You just got rat roulette epic games going on.
Dude, I think this is my new favorite meme. This dude. We're just gonna save him for football season.
Oh man, I love that guy.
This guy. Shout out, Corey. Get your license, Corey.
Get your license, Corey. I can't believe you remembered his name.
I do, bro. I'll never forget Corey right there, bro.
Oh my god. Well, I guess should we recap baseball yesterday? There's not much that went on last night in the sports world, unless you guys got something.
We can. Do you have to get out of here at any time, Wolf? Or
yeah. I'm good to hang out for a while.
Okay,
so
cool.
Yeah,
we'll do baseball. Then we'll get into the Belmont here at the end. Then
Sounds good.
Okay.
Cool.
Perfect. Let me pull up. Let's see, dude.
What is it, bro?
This freaking guy. And he posts 281-330-8004. What is this? What you just do when you become a backup in the league? You get to go do whatever you want and just act like you're really
You
good at
always
football.
are talking about how it's the best job in sports, dude.
It is the best job in sports, but you're supposed to be under the radar or doing cool commercials. Not what is this? What are we doing?
I mean, what kind of car is that? It looks like a pretty nice car.
With the Mike Jones lyric.
This is what you do after you drop 4 touchdowns in a game that you weren't expected to even play in, right? This is the kind of stuff you do, not
Mac
in
Jones,
June.
This is Minshew territory right here. Like this is
but
what
Minshew
Gardner
can do it.
Minshew should be doing.
We'd accept
no.
it from the Gardner. It would be
Yeah,
okay.
because Minshew wouldn't do it with a cool car like that. He'd have his RV behind him, or he'd be on top of his RV.
Volkswagen
drinking
bus.
Bush Light. You know what I mean?
Yes, chugging it with his jorts
with
and his
jorts on.
Minshew.
Yeah,
let's go. Love the Gardner.
Oh.
Will went to school with the Gardner. Chase.
I sure did.
Yeah,
oh, really?
Yeah, he went to. He's a alum.
Oh, that's right, Washington State.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was there when Gardner was there, man. And Mike Leach.
That was a fun year. Oh,
were you mustached out? Did you go with the mustache and the?
Oh
with the
yeah,
Gardner
dude. Everyone had the mustache. They were handing those things out in the student section. It was fun.
I love that, handing out mustaches. That's my kind of place.
Oh my goodness, the Blue Jays don't look now, Cricket. Blue Jays have won 2 games in a row, defeating the Orioles 6-5. How about that? You big baseball guy, Wolf?
I used to be. I used to have a little bit of a system to follow to bet baseball, and I'm a big Cardinals fan. But I have not. I've been so busy with the horses this year that I haven't quite paid attention as much as I should.
Well, in case y'all need to know, 28 straight games for the Blue Jays without scoring in the first inning.
Okay.
I swear I'm going to keep betting it. I'm just going to keep. It's going to be the.
Might as well.
No, I meant bet that they're going to finally do it. It's going to be the CJ Stroud interception.
I put a half unit on over 1.5 runs yesterday. I had no choice, man. I couldn't help myself. It was like plus 235 or something. I was like, I got to take that. I know somebody's going to eventually hit a 2-run bomb.
Oh my God. Hey, by the way. Oh, go ahead. I
want you guys to tell me if this is crazy or not. This is how I used to do baseball, which was I figured out the average length of each team's winning and losing streak. How many games they typically win in a row, how many games they typically lose in a row. And then I would just look for matchups where it's like, okay, this team is due to bust their streak, that team's due to bust their streak, and just bet money lines and parlay them together. It worked sometimes. Sometimes it was terrible, though, to be honest.
Baseball's so crazy, bro.
Dude, that sounds better than what, or that sounds like more sophisticated and actual some thought put into it than what we did last year. We started getting into baseball, and there was a good 2 to 3 week stretch where Cricket would come on the show and he'd give his 3-team parlay. He'd call it, Crick's Daily Pick, and eventually we had to change it into Crick's Daily Fader because there was about a 2 week stretch where if you would have just faded all 3 picks and parlayed them together, you would have won.
You could have bought a house
6 times in 2 weeks. You would have hit 3-leg parlays.
You'd have been up like 150 units or something.
Right.
That's the kind of streak Cricket was on, picking baseball last year.
That was when I didn't dive into any baseball, man. Could care less. Didn't want to talk about baseball, whatever. I just literally would pick 3 teams at random every morning, and I was on fire the other way for a long time there.
The bad thing about the trying to bet against streaks thing is that you end up betting the A's for like 19 or 20 games in a row until they finally break through.
Yeah. I went to that A's well a little early on. I backed off of it quite a bit lately. It's probably for a good thing because they are terrible.
They say when you bet like a winning streak, you want to jump in when the streak gets to like 8, especially in baseball, and then you just start betting it from there. And if it happens to break and bust, the next game, okay, so be it. But you just start betting the streak because a lot of people see like 8 in a row, 9 in a row, 10 in a row, and that's like we got to start fading them. And actually, if you just ride the streak until it ends, you're going to come out profitable in the end.
Yeah, I mean, just think if you'd have started about number 9 on this Blue Jays no runs first inning. They're at 28 absolutely. Now.
That's crazy. That's
counting.
Crazy.
Yeah, and count. That's what I'm saying. Like, eventually somebody's got to at least connect with one, right? These guys are all throwing 95 mile an hour out there. You connect with one, eventually it's going to sell out of the park.
Yeah, let me bet on that. That'll be the time. I'm mush of the highest order.
I've started like putting them in my Nerfy parlays for no runs first inning from both teams, but then I also bet over 1.5 runs just in case, because I got a feeling when it happens, it's not going to be just one run.
You want to know how I knew I was going to lose my Mavericks bet last night?
Tell me.
Steps posted this. My Celtics -6 was his pick. I posted this.
Oh, that'll do it.
He just commented this morning. What now?
Question about this. I just put a little emoji of a cricket down there for you.
By the way, we got over 300 of you in here watching, hanging out with us. Good morning. Welcome to the show. And welcome to our, we'd like to introduce you to our number one fan.
You got some tickle bitties and you don't know how to swing? Well, I'm here to help you. Next, you want to tuck your right arm and lay your left arm on top of that mommy milker. Bombs away?
Bombs away, indeed. You a big golf guy, Wolf?
Yeah, I played a lot of golf before my back went out. The tournaments, I definitely watch. I watch all the big tournaments. Like I make my children watch the Sunday at the U.S. Open on Father's Day with me. It's like, okay, here we go. That's it. You guys are locked in. You didn't want to watch golf? Don't care. Here we go.
Don't care. It's happening, man. Let's go,
awesome.
man.
Yeah, for some odd reason, after I saw that clip, I became a golf fan, and then a couple weeks ago, I became an Oilers fan too. You know?
Oh yeah, great front porch in Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
Not all heroes wear capes.
Royals defeat the Guardians 4-3 yesterday. Hey, look at your Royals got the win, huh? Was that Singer on the mound last night?
He was, man. It was Brady Singer Day yesterday. Let's go.
Atta baby.
We love that, man. I love me some Brady Singer, man.
Hell yeah. Mariners, look at that. Mariners get the 3-0 win over the A's. Dodgers, okay, I guess Pirates didn't come back. Dodgers win 11-7, but that guy for the, what was it, Cruz had that bomb, that home run, so that's cool.
That was a bomb.
Oh, hey, look at this. Braves learned how to play baseball, and they win 5-2. What do you think about that, CU? What do you think about that?
Nationals, bro. They own the Nationals. They do. Absolutely. I don't know. I feel like it's been like 1997 since the Nationals beat the Braves.
Speaking of systems of betting, just bet on the Yankees, and you'll probably do pretty good because this team's on fire. We keep waiting to fade them. I haven't jumped in front of them, but I feel like it was just the other day they had 40 wins, and now they're already up to 45.
We keep saying don't, like, and every day we talk ourselves out of it, and every day they win by 3 or 4 runs every single day.
Here I am talking about jumping on when the team's on a streak. You want to just tail it. I'm just so afraid. I've seen this story so many times. The second I do it, they're going to lose by 10.
Well, I've got some money on it. Like, I just try to pick, like, I do like 1 out of 3. Like, after I get it, I get scared of it for a couple of days, and they still cover it. And I'm just wasting money, leaving it laying on the ground.
Yeah. Reds defeat the Cubs 8-4. Rockies beat the Cardinals 3-2. Boston the battle of the Sox, dude. It looks like the Red Sox dominating this. 24 hits. They win 14-2. 24 hits.
24 hits, bro. They whipped their ass, dude.
That's when you have the right fielder throwing knuckleballs in the 9th. Like,
right,
that's
bring him in.
that kind of.
You pick a ticket number, man. You bring a fan out, let them finish it up.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Oh man, the White Sox. Remember when the White Sox started off, like I had that buddy of mine that placed the bet of will a team lose? I think it was over 10.5 games. Like a losing streak in MLB would be greater than 10.5 games, right?
Yeah.
And then the White Sox start off the season like 0-9. We thought he was going to cash it within the first 2 weeks. Well, the White Sox are like on a 14-game losing streak right now, so that one cashed. So congrats.
Oh, easy money. Yeah. Cash before July. We love that. Let's go, man. See, you said Lopez is a pleasant.
We haven't even had 100-degree day here yet.
No, not even yet. Yeah, it ain't even that hot out there yet, man. No. Hey, you're right.
Diamondbacks, and then the Diamondbacks defeat the Padres 4-3. What's up?
See you saying Ronaldo Lopez for the Braves. He has been a pleasant surprise. Young guy pitching well for them, man. They play well when that guy's on the bump.
Did Riley hit a home run yet? Is Riley back in the lineup? He is.
No. Did he hit a home run? He did, didn't he?
No, but he got a hit. He scored a run.
God, I think is it time to jump back on the train, bro? Do we got to start betting that every day again? He's got to hit a home run eventually.
Yeah. It's un-American to go on this long of a cold streak, you know?
I'm just saying, you're batting second lineup, you top 3 hitter this thing. You gotta hit some home runs eventually. I mean, he hit last year. He hit like 40 something last year.
He hit a lot. I made a lot of money off of him, and I'm giving it all the
You
way.
gave it all, but you're in the hole, man.
Okay, let's preview a little baseball today. We got the Brewers and the Tigers cricket. It looks like we don't have any
me. You threw me off there. I didn't know we was ready for that.
I thought you were a professional. We've got 300 something people watching us. I thought you were a professional.
Y'all know I'm not professional, man. Who are we talking about?
We've got a guest on.
The Brewers and the Tigers?
Yeah, that's what it says, but there's
I'm not even seeing that one, bro.
I bet you they pulled it. See, there's no signal, so I bet you they pulled it.
Okay, that game ain't even listed right now.
Probably don't know the pitchers or whatnot. So moving on. Twins at the Pirates.
You got Joe Ryan on the bump from Minnesota. Mitch Keller will be going for Pittsburgh.
Pirates plus 104 home dog. Sharp money on the Pirates. Twins are minus 114 road favorite. 64% of the bet. 67% of the money back in the Twinkies today. Speaking of those Braves, they're minus 1-9. Oh, Braves at the Nationals.
You got Chris Sale on the bump. Don't bet against the Braves when Chris Sale's out there, man. Jake Irvin is going for Washington.
Braves minus 196 road favorites. Nationals plus 177 on the comeback. 92% bets, 91% of the money back in the Bravos today. Orioles at the Rays.
Cole Irvin on the hill for Baltimore, and Aaron Savali will be going for Tampa Bay.
Let's see. Tampa Bay plus 105 home dogs. Orioles minus 115 road favorites. Road favorites after you just dropped two to the Blue Jays of all teams. That's weird. Big money on the Orioles though. 82% of the bets. 99% of the money on the Orioles. Cricket.
We hate that.
Cricket. I've just realized the one thing I don't like about this background is when we do stuff like this, it looks terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. You're in charge of the producer stuff. I can only
see that looks better, especially if we're talking baseball.
That looks good in baseball, but it wasn't going to look very good for the NHL preview last night.
That's true. That is true.
You should use the front porch for that.
That's fair. That's fair. You're not wrong. That's what we could have used for that one.
Ooh-wee. Dodgers. Oh, battles of the blue bloods. Dodgers at the Yankees.
You got Yoshinobu Yamamoto on the hill for Los Angeles, and Cody Poteet will be going for New York.
Is this when New York streak finally comes to an end? The betting odds say yes, as the Yankees are plus 107 dogs. Dodgers minus 117 road favorites. Big money on the Yankees, though. 49% of the bets, but 67% of the money back in the Yankees today. We got the Cubbies and the Reds.
Justin Steele on the hill for Chicago. Nick Lodolo will be going for the Reds.
Ooh, Reds minus 111 home favorites. Cubs plus 101 dogs. Sharp money, big money back in the Cubbies today. 24% of the bets, but 43% of the money on the Cubbies. How about that?
That's right.
Huh?
I hate the Cubbies.
Guardians and the Marlins.
Logan Allen on the hill for Cleveland. Ryan Weathers on the bump for Miami.
Guardians minus 121 road favorites. Marlins plus 111 home dog. Sharp money, big money on the Guardians here. 76% of the bets, but 97% of the money on the Guardians today. If that doesn't tell you you need to bet the Marlins, I don't know what. But I mean, I just pass on the game. No one wants to bet on the fish, you know?
Whatever, man. They've done me all right a couple times.
Okay.
I might bet them all run on today.
All right. Giants and the Rangers.
Logan Webb on the hill for San Francisco. Michael Lorenzen will be going for Texas.
Ooh, Blue likes Judge the Homer for the Yankees today. How about that?
Yeah, bet that every day too.
Giants. Yeah, it's been that's Judge homering is like what Austin Riley was last year, right? That's how automatic it was.
I'm not even putting Austin Riley in the same breath as Aaron Judge.
What? Giants minus 110 road favorites. Rangers even money. Sharp money on the Giants, but big money back in the Rangers today. But shout out to Patriot 4165's Rangers. 42% of the bet, 64% of the money on the Rangers today. Well, the Sox get to battle it out again as the Red Sox take on the White Sox.
Cooper Criswell on the hill for Boston. Garrett Crochet will be on the bump for Chicago.
Ooh, sharp money, big money back in the Red Sox here at plus 101. Road dogs, White Sox minus 111. I mean, Crochet's been pitching great for them. So out of their like 15 wins, I'm pretty sure. Out of their 15 wins, I'm pretty sure he's like half of those.
I think he's got 5 of them.
Yeah. 56% of the bets, 91% of the money back in the Red Sox today. Jeez. Mariners at the Royals.
Bryce Miller on the hill for Seattle. Daniel Lynch going for Kansas City.
See, why is it when we bet this to happen, it never happens? CU says all the faves won last night. How come when we parlay all the favorites together, it never works out that way?
I don't even think it's possible. Every time I've ever tried to do it, it's been a loser easy. Like usually the first game. So I didn't even know it was possible to do that.
I feel like you know what we should do? We should do this for like a month. Every day we put $1 parlaying all the favorites together and $1 parlaying all the dogs together. And then that one time when the universe and everything just lines up perfectly.
Yeah. When Mars is in retrograde. When it's the dawning of Aquarius.
Yeah.
You gotta watch that stuff. It'll get you.
We'll take our winnings and go to Applebee's when that happens, huh? How about that?
Two Oreo shakes.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, Super James said, yeah, the Cardinals didn't win yesterday. They did not win. They were a favorite, and they didn't win. They suck. They're on the no-bet list, too. Lose to the damn Rockies.
Where are we at? Rockies, Cardinals, speaking of them? Or is that where we're at?
Speak of the devil, yeah. Austin Gomber on the bump for Colorado. And it's Lance Lynn Day, y'all, for St. Louis.
I met Lance Lynn once.
You met him once one time?
I met him once. I met him in Chicago.
Oh, you met him? Okay.
Yeah. We went to me and my dad went to Wrigley to see the Cardinals play the Cubs, and we met Lance Lynn in a bar the night before. And it's when I figured out that I equate height with seniority, because I sure was calling him sir the entire time. And then after I was done, I Googled it. I was like, oh, I'm 5 years older than him. Okay.
You said, yes, sir. He's a pretty cool cat, I'm sure, man.
Really cool. We went in and met him, and we saw him at the bar, met him, and we were like, can we get a picture? He's like, yeah, absolutely. But we just have to not be inside of the bar whenever we take a picture. In case you put it on social. But yeah, he hung out. He chatted with me and my dad for 30 minutes or so. It was a really cool guy.
Hey,
your terms are acceptable.
That's cool, man. I like that, man. I like that.
He's one of my favorite pitchers, because every time he pitches, I bet the over, and it comes through a lot.
I'm gonna bet him again today, just for Wolf, man. Just because I know Lance Lynn's a cool guy. I'm gonna go. Sorry, Cardinals off the no bet list, man. We're going back to him today.
Cardinals minus 195 home favorites. Rockies plus 176 road dogs. 90% of the money. 90% of the bets, but 82% of the money back in the Cardinals here. Astros at the Angels.
Hey, what's up, Cincy Aaron? Good to see you. Astros, the Angels. Framber Valdez on the bump for Houston. Griffin Canning going for Los Angeles.
Los Angeles plus 158 home dogs. Astros minus 174 favorites on the road here. Sharp money back in the Angels today, but 88% of the bets, 96% of the money back in the Stros today. Good luck, all. Good luck. I feel like every time I even think about betting the Astros, they just forget how to play baseball. So
yeah, they're garbage too.
They're on the no bet list. Blue Jays at the 8. Oh God, this is gross.
Chris Bassett on the hill for Toronto, and Hogan Harris. What a cool name for a guy to be pitching for Oakland. I'm betting on Hogan Harris today.
Blue Jays minus 134 road favorites. A's plus 123 home dogs. 86% of the bets, 94% of the money back in the Blue Jays today. They like them to keep this streak going. All right.
That's right.
Then final game tonight, we got Diamondbacks at the Padres.
You got Brendan Fatt on the hill for Arizona, and Michael King will be going for San Diego.
Let's see. Padres minus 116 home favorites. Diamondbacks plus 106 on the comeback. Sharp money on the Diamondbacks here. Big money back in the Padres at 77% of the bets, but 90% of the money is on the home favorite today. And that's your MLB preview for today. Slicknard says, everyone, USA cricket team upset favorites. I just Googled an image of the team. Of course, they're world champs. Now it appears most of their players are from abroad.
I'm just saying, y'all didn't think we was recruiting for cricket? Come on. Y'all see any cricket being played in the local Olympic teams?
Isn't that like most of our Olympic teams, though?
I mean, hey, here's the thing. It's a melting pot. We all came from somewhere else.
Yeah. It's like, did your dad go to Disney once? Did he fly to Florida and go to Disney? Word, you're an American now.
Well, hey, shout out to the USA cricket team. This one's for you.
Can't nobody be mad at that.
That's right. That's right.
Puts a smile on the face every time. Every time,
man. How could it not?
I don't know why. It's something about it. It's like in our DNA.
It's the way we were wired, man. It is. Well, man, I want to talk a little Belmont Stakes this week. What's going on? Why is this? This is not being raced at the normal track, right, Chase? They decided to do some renovations. I was talking the other day. Why did we not plan this a little better? I mean, I'm sure they have more than one race this track all year long, but I was thinking this is the one I know about, man. Why wouldn't you be ready for this weekend right here?
Hey,
yeah, it's going to be like
here
an
real quick.
Okay.
We gotta say bye to Mama Cricket. Sorry to interrupt you. But we gotta say bye to Mama Cricket.
I'll shout at you here in a little bit, Mama. You have a good day now.
Said the neurosurgeon's becoming a fan of the show, though. Baby.
Hey, that's right.
Throw
That's
Skinny
right. We
Sweeney
love
up
that,
there
man.
and turn everyone into fans. How about that?
There we
Anyways, go on.
That's
Wolf.
right.
Yeah, so this is actually like an extended period of renovations. They're going through like major renovation because the last few they've been running the Belmont meet at Aqueduct for the last couple years now, and this is actually going to be first of 2 Belmont Stakes that they run at Saratoga, their summer race place for New York, which is for us horse players is kind of like a grail site kind of place where everyone gets really excited for Saratoga. So it's got a lot of steam behind it in terms of, people excited for it because people just love Saratoga that much. But yeah, you would think that they could at least run this one race there, but now they've moved it upstate to Saratoga Springs.
Well, and if the track's not in shape, not ready to go, we don't want the horses out there running, take a chance at injury and all that stuff, man. So if they're not ready, they're not ready. We can get back to that when it's time for all that. But how you feeling about this, man? I don't think any of us saw Seize the Gray being able to go wire to wire in that Preakness right there, man. That horse looked good, and that thing kept expecting him to kind of fade down the stretch. He never did, man. What was your opinion on that, man?
It was kind of I had the right opinion of how the race would run, and I just had the wrong horse. He did what I thought the Bob Baffert horse Imagination was going to do in that race, which was get to the front and just keep going. And I heard the trainer of Mystic Dan, who finished second in that race, talk about how kind of cuppy and peanut buttery the dirt was on that day, and it really just made it hard for any sort of horse to make up any sort of ground late. And so Seize the Gray just kind of pounced on a great situation there. Can't take anything away from the horse. Still had to run a mile in 3/16
and was on
fast.
2 weeks rest, correct?
Yep, that is correct.
Once again, we've talked about this stuff before. We won't get too far down this rabbit hole and stuff, but I still don't understand why we don't put another week or so in between these races, man. Make sure these horses are in tip-top shape.
It's because it's how we've always done it. It's always that answer,
right?
It's
always what they give us there. What is the track condition supposed to be like up there? I haven't even checked the weather and stuff. We're looking for they're going to be more dry this time. I know we had it's pretty muddy in the Preakness, wasn't it? Was that the Preakness or the Kentucky Derby that was pretty muddy?
That was the Preakness, and it's like the Saratoga is notorious for having just like pop-up storms out of nowhere when there can be like 0 rain in the forecast, and all of a sudden here comes a deluge.
Those thunder boomers.
Right. And it's looking at the weather this week, it's looked like it's going to be hopefully dry for the Belmont Stakes and Belmont Stakes Day. It's like a 50% chance, but it looks like the chance has been kind of going down as the week goes through, though that could get some rain today.
As long as you don't get that driving rain for hours, you should be all right, man. You just get one of those thunder boomers 10 minutes. I mean, it should soak it up pretty quick right there. So as long as you don't have it raining for 2 days up until the race,
Right, and they got tractors that will turn that dirt over and everything before the race, and they'll figure out a way to get it worked into a fast track, come hell or high water.
Okay. Well, what do you think about horse races, man? You ever won any horse racing bets?
No, I've never gotten into the ponies. I feel like that's just one other thing that I'd go degen on and just dive into.
I did. I've had to.
Frankly, I don't have the time right now to get into a whole new thing, so I just like listening to people.
I've had to be real careful, bro. Not getting too deep in the ponies.
Yeah, because if the sun is touching the earth, like any sort of sunshine is touching the earth, then a horse race is running somewhere.
Dude, it's crazy, man. They're all over the world, all hours of the day.
When it's 2 a.m. and you're betting South Korea Busan track, is when you're like, you know what? I might need to put my phone in the gun safe overnight and just kind of call it a day here. It's gotten too real for me now that I'm betting
South into Mongolia and check out the races they got over there, right?
Yeah, nothing like a hot tip on a horse in Azerbaijan or something like that.
Hot tip, man. I'm just saying, if you give me those hot tips, I'll bet that, because there's no way you could have a hot tip unless it's a lock on something like that.
We found out really how degenerate everyone was during COVID when we were starting. Okay, what can we bet on? Oh, we got Korean baseball. We've got, at one point, I saw people stooping so low to betting on, ESPN was sharing like people playing Madden. People were betting on that.
I did that and I lost.
I did
That
too,
was-
man. I played fantasy. I played a showdown captain's mode on a Madden game one day. I didn't win. I just assumed it's Madden. Like you're going to be using all the top players. Like, you know, it's like a Dolphins game. Something like I'm betting on like Tyreek and everything. They wound up throwing his like Durham Smythe or something, you know, like I had no idea that they were going to play with the role players in the Madden game.
Hey man,
Who does that?
Just how the game script unraveled is with Durham Smythe.
Well, at least cricket. At least they didn't put their own create their own custom player and put that guy in there.
I would have bet on him. I would have totally give me all the overs on that guy. Right
Give me
now.
the 7'2", 300-pound quarterback, please.
Yeah.
Oh,
Running
man.
a
Hey
4.3
guys,
40.
I have to bow out though. I got to get to work early today, so I'm gonna let you wrap things up here. Thanks for joining us, Wolf. You're welcome anytime. I better see you on here sooner than the last time we saw you. Better not be.
Yeah,
what was it? It's been a few months, right?
A little bit, and I don't feel like it's been all that long, man. But we'll definitely get him back in here. More
Maybe it was just me. Maybe because I feel like every time you're on, I either had a baby or something was going on. So
yeah, you've been a busy man, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
But no,
Maybe
man,
it's
great
me
to
then.
see you. Thanks for having me, of course.
Yeah. All right. You guys have a good one. Chat, you're the real MVP. Shout out to all the new viewers. Shout out to Mama Cricket. That was awesome. Smash the like button on your way out. Give us a follow. We'll be back tomorrow. They're going to keep talking, but we'll all be back tomorrow morning, bright and early, to recap everything going on in the sports world. You guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you later.
You too, sir. You be safe out there. Have a good day. Well, let's dive in and look at this. Looks like we got the post positions for this Belmont Stakes, man. We'll just go down the line here. I want you to tell me what you think. We kind of know what you think. Looks like Seize the Gray got the number one post, and this thing is 8-1 are the odds on this horse going into the Belmont. What you think on Seize the Gray? Can it get a little repeat performance from last time?
So Seize the Gray, his tactics were decided for him whenever he drew that one hole. He has to go fast early now. He can't sit back and wait for the pace to develop in front of him. So I think it puts Seize the Gray in a bad spot because of the tactics change, because there's going to be a lot of other horses that want to go fast early, and it's going to kind of burn him up on the front end, I think.
Okay. And Slicknard, you have a good day, sir. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. We eat moose in Canada, non-vaccinated moose. Okay, let's go. I ain't never had any moose, man. I bet that stuff's pretty good too.
I'd take some moose.
I like some wild game, Wolf.
Yeah. Give me. I had an uncle who won the Memphis in May barbecue contest in the exotic with a elk tenderloin with a gorgonzola sauce.
Bro, Memphis in May is a time, bro. I went down there. It's been hell, probably 10, 12 years ago. Went down there for the Bill Street Festival, went down there for the music festival and all, right in the middle of Memphis in May. And we're getting down there, bro. And I didn't get the memo. Apparently they call this Memphis in mud. And so we pull in, and I noticed an unreasonable amount of people wearing rain boots. Like you're driving into the city there, into Memphis, and you see a bunch of people walking downtown Memphis. Everybody's got rain boots on, bro. And I was like, man, something's going on here. Well, I got Air Maxes on, brand new Air Maxes. I go walk down there. Bro, I ruined 2 pair of Air Maxes in that place because I didn't get the memo about the rain boots. But it was a blast, bro. It was an absolute blast. I like that. Good barbecue in that thing too, man.
Yep.
All right, the 2 posts, man. Looks like we got Resilience in this thing. I don't know a lot about this horse. Looks like 10-1 odds on him right there. What you think about this horse, man?
I absolutely love this horse, and I absolutely love the odds. This is actually going to be my top pick to win this thing is Resilience. If you watch the replay of the Kentucky Derby, then Resilience had a sneaky good race, a sneaky good trip, even though he finished 6th. He wasn't able to save any ground. He was very wide the entire time. I think I heard something the other day that he ran about 58 extra feet compared to the winner.
Wow.
So, you know, there's not as many horses here. He's not going to have to start all the way out in the parking lot, essentially, because, you know, there are 20 horses in the Kentucky Derby. He was in the 18 hole. This one's going to be coming out of the second and is going to be able to just sit on that rail and save ground the entire way around. It was your Wood Memorial winner at Aqueduct, put up a huge speed figure. Now Bill Mott gets Junior Alvarado up, who had the mount on the Kentucky Derby. And like I said, it was a sneaky good ride. And if he can save ground here, at this price, he's got every right in the world to win this race and kind of upset the apple cart a little bit.
Okay. I like hearing that, man. I'll definitely be on this horse for a little sprinkle, too. What's up, XP Bless? Good to see you in here. Says, what up, game on? Yeah, I'll definitely put a little sprinkle on this horse, man, especially hearing you like him that much. I know that's good news.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
Yeah, with Resilience, it's going to be, the horse is going to be just sitting there, and it's going to have what I call first run. It's going to be sitting right behind the pace. It's going to be the first horse to have its run at the early pace as it kind of comes back to it.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough. In the 3-post, here's our Kentucky Derby winner, second place finisher at the Preakness, Mystic Dan at 5-1. Is he the favorite in this thing?
It's actually going to be the 9 Sierra Leone at 9-5. But Mystic Dan, price 5-1. I'm not enthused by the horse necessarily. I do think it's a high quality animal, but at the same time, if this race comes up wet, if it gets muddy, then you need to pay attention to Mystic Dan, because Mystic Dan has kind of freaked the last few times that he's been able to run in the slop.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is a new name here. I haven't seen this one yet. In the 4-post, the Wine Steward at 15-1. What's going on with this horse? I haven't seen this name yet.
This horse is probably going to do what it's done every single race in its career, which is just disappoint. Like, this horse had so much steam behind it. It was supposed to be something big, and what's happened is it's been entered in 3 straight graded stakes, and it is hung like a chandelier every single time. It just can't seem to get up and get over the winner. In the last 3 races, it's lost by combined maybe 1.5, 2 lengths.
Whoa!
So it stays close, but it stays close racing against really kind of less talented fields than what it's going to face today. So I'm not confident that the horse could finish second. But if you want to take a stab at the Wine Steward, I would bet the horse just a place.
Is that like a confidence thing for the horse, man? Does the horse almost get in his head? It gets used to losing when it's losing like that, man?
Yeah, totally. And it's, these horses are herd animals. Like he's just kind of falling in line with what the alpha of the pack really wants to do, and he's just out there running with his friends, which is
he's hanging
frustrating.
Out. Yeah.
Someone spent $340,000 on a horse that just wants to run with his pals.
Just hanging out, man. Just friendly. Oh man, that's rough. $340,000. That's a chunk of change. Hell, it costs you about $50,000 a month to feed these damn horses.
Probably, yeah, around that. It's stable fees and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's the Wine Steward needs to connect on something soon to make it worth his while.
To make it worth it, just to break even. It sounds like, man.
Right.
In the 5-post, we got Antiquarian here, 12-1. I do not know much about this horse either, man. What's going on with this one?
Not a lot of people know a lot about this horse, but it won the Peter Pan Stakes, which has traditionally been a big prep race for the Belmont. Horses that skip the Kentucky Derby, they run in the Peter Pan, which is like the week before or the week after the Kentucky Derby, have traditionally come back to run well. I think that's why this horse is getting a little bit of steam, might be a little bit of a wise guy horse. I'm not necessarily enthused by it because this one faced a lot of the other horses that are running today down to Louisiana and didn't really perform. But I, with having that Peter Pan win in his back pocket, could, maybe we could expect a little bit more. I will say the trainer, who is also the trainer of, I think 2 other horses in this race, Todd Pletcher. Yeah, he's the trainer of Protective and then also Mindframe, is, as I like to say, colder than the polar bear's toenails right now.
Let's go.
Like 7 for his last, maybe 70, like which this is a trainer that's usually hits about 19-20%, if not higher, during the year. So it's definitely a buyer beware sort of thing.
That's fair. But it sounds like it's been a tough year for them folks then, man. Used to win 19-20%. You've only won 7 out of 70. That's a tough deal, man.
What's good for him though is like with these ones that he wins, like he'll occasionally win a stakes race, and so at least that pays fairly well,
Right. Now that's the thing. You win one of these things, you're gonna get paid pretty good. They got some nice purses in these races, man. Well, in the 6-post here, we got is that Dornoch? Is that how you say that? 15-1.
Dornoch. This is a fun fact. This is actually a full sibling, which is rare, to your Kentucky Derby winner last year, Mage.
Okay.
Completely different running style though. This one has to go straight to the front. It's a Ricky Bobby horse. If you're not first, you're last. If it doesn't get the lead, it's going to pack it up. And I think there's just way too much pace in here for Dornoch. And this one's kind of just cannon fodder for the early speed a little bit. So it's enough to make the pace hot enough for these off-pace horses, but he's not fast enough to win it on the front.
Fair enough. You say so he's a full, so he got the same mommy and daddy as Mage.
Right, which is rare. Usually, a lot of times they have the same pops. Yeah. They're because they foal, they have like 1,000 different during the year. But with the mares, whenever the mares are dropping multiple from the same sire, it's usually worth noting.
Okay, fair enough. No, that's exciting. You don't hear that a whole lot, man. Well, you talked about, I think you said this is the same trainer as Antiquarian here for Protective in the 7 post here. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I don't know what this one is here to do, except maybe try to do the dirty work for one of these other horses, because not only is it for the same trainer, but it's for the same owners with Rapoli Stable. Mike Rapoli, who made his billions with Vitamin Water, I believe. With his, you can always tell which horses are his because the jockey's wearing Mets colors, blue and orange usually, which should tell us something about their chances. But this is another one that could maybe surprise. Ran a surprisingly good race in the Wood Memorial, which is the race that Resilience won, and did it at 38-1. Ran 3rd place, so really kind of ran its odds. Who knows? I mean, I don't think that this one wins or but I could see it maybe sniffing the trifecta, because this horse still a maiden, hasn't won a race in its career yet, but they're placing it here. So you got to think it might be a little bit of team tactics in there to do the dirty work.
Do you have a lot of that in horse racing where you talked about not really sure what the horse is here to do? Do you have that where maybe put him in the same trainer, same owner or whatever, where this horse is just here to kind of create a lane for other horse, maybe tie some other horses up on the rail or something like that?
Yeah, you especially in these stakes races where you don't have to what they call a couple the horse. Like you'll see sometimes in non-stakes races 1 and 1A. It means they're owned by the same people. And so yeah, they'll use, especially when they're by the same owners in these stakes races, and have them as separate betting entities, and they'll be there to just pester some other horse. They'll be there to keep another horse pinned to the rail, like you said. And yeah, you see that a lot. And it's one of those things where it's not supposed to happen. I think technically it's against the rules, but as long as you don't say the quiet part out loud, you can do it as much as you want.
I understand. Yeah, don't read the fine print out loud, man. Well, what about Honor Marie here in the 8 post at 12-1? How you feel about this horse?
Another wise guy horse here. This one got just a absolute terrible trip in the Kentucky Derby. Got just beat up coming out of the gate break. And this one is one that people are talking about quite a bit. I don't necessarily like the running style, except for to round out your trifectas or anything, because the horse is going to be running late and it's going to be passing a lot of tired horses, and that's what I really like to look at when I'm building out these trifectas: is where do they fit in the pace? When are they going to be running their fastest? Are they going to be coming back to the rest of the field? Are they going to be running their fastest late? Things like that. So don't discount Honor Marie. I mean, if you like the odds, and the odds might float up a little bit, take a flyer. It'd be worth it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here we talk about the favorite now, Sierra Leone. This horse raced. He raced in all 3 Triple Crown races, correct?
He skipped out on the Preakness, but he had a very good Kentucky Derby prep season with a second in the Remsen in New York. Finished second to Dornoch, actually. Only one of the only times this horse has finished second in its life is to Dornoch. And then won the Risen Star in Louisiana, won the Bluegrass at Keeneland in Kentucky, and then the second by a nose in the Kentucky Derby. I will say I'm all over Resilience, but this is your most likely winner. It's the most talented animal in the race. Just a studly equine athlete. But you should be if someone spent $2.3 million on you.
Fair enough. You should be doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that Sierra Leone has a great chance to win. I think my concern is that the horse is going to try to start its run way too late. And so the way that I'm trying to look to use Sierra Leone is keyed right there in second place, and use the other horses that I like in first and third, kind of around it.
Okay, well, explain that a little bit. When you talk about, a lot of these people aren't familiar with horse racing and all that. We talk about boxing, trifectas, and all that. Explain that a little bit to our folks out there.
Yeah, so a trifecta, you're picking the first 3 the first 3 finishers of the race, and you can do it in a couple of different ways. You can box it, which means you can take multiple horses and bet every single possible combination of the bet through first, second, and third. Problem with that is it gets a little bit pricey the more horses that you add each time, because it adds more permutations. When I say something like key, it means that I'm using just that horse in just that place. So if I were to say I'm keying Resilience in first, and using Sierra Leone and Mindframe, for example, in second place, then it would be an exacta with or a trifecta with Resilience finishing first, and then those two horses in second and third.
Okay.
If that helps. I might have talked myself into circles there.
No. You're all right. You're all right. I understand what you're saying there, but yeah, like the boxing, like I said, it's kind of like the same thing as like betting like a round robin parlay or something. You're going to wind up betting all the different combinations, and it's going to charge you a little bit more, but you got more odds of hitting your bet there.
Right. It's it really is kind of the fail safe. There's the experienced horse players, not myself, that don't really like boxing. I'm one of the people that think that there's a time and a place for everything, and especially if you're new to the game, hell yeah, box it up, it up every single time, and don't get too cute and actually see a return whenever you have a good opinion.
Fair enough. You talked about Mindframe a little bit. Looks like Mindframe is the second favorite in this thing. Tell me about this horse.
Mindframe is a mystery wrapped in an enigma, nestled in a box of riddles, my man. I think that Mindframe has never run in a stakes race. It's run in a maiden special weight race that it won by 13 lengths, and then ran in a $100,000 optional claiming race that it won by 7.5. So in 2 career starts, it's won by a combined 20.5 lengths. Fast as lightning in the maiden special weight race. It was a little bit slower in the optional claiming race, and that was just because it was done. They wrapped this horse up. It was like, okay, you proved it. Let's go ahead and just back off and not get you hurt or anything before our next race. This is another Mike Rapoli horse, so it will be in there for Todd Pletcher. The concern for me is that Todd Pletcher is so cold. It's what might take me away from it. And also, I think the horse might kind of get sucked up into that early pace of all those horses that want to go fast early and might not have the chops to hold on if it tries to do that all the way around.
Okay, fair enough. And so this race is going to be tomorrow. Have y'all done Smoke the Stakes yet, or
we just did our second test run through it last night, so it's proud to say it's getting dialed in, man. It's going to be a fun little show.
Are you going to be able to come on to Smoke the Spread tomorrow for a little bit?
I think so. I'm either going to do it tomorrow or maybe even this afternoon.
Okay, cool. Either way, yeah. We got the Smoke Spread. We'll be back with y'all this afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern time over on that damn sports network. So either way, man, we'd love to get you there and talk to our folks. We got a lot of people that can't make it out early in the morning for the morning show that I know love this horse betting stuff, man.
Yeah, man. It's I just gotta say, I love this show, Cricket. I really do. This is one of the more fun shows that I get to do, so thank you so much for having me, man.
Man, we appreciate you coming. You always come in spitting knowledge, always have a good time. The chat's over here, the chat loves you. You're Blue's favorite guest, man. He's a big fan. So,
hey, Blue.
And we'll give you all that information in just a minute, Blue, where to find him and all that stuff. You can find him at of Oaklawn. That is at of Oaklawn. It's right there under his name and all that. And then you got go ahead, Chase. You tell him where to find all that stuff, man.
Yeah, you can always find me being abrasive on Twitter at of Oaklawn. And then if you want to follow my podcast, I have a horse racing podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network called the Notorious OTB. It's on Twitter at Notorious_OTB. You can check, follow that for any updates as when we post new episodes, which is usually Wednesday through Thursday. Wednesday through Friday.
Well, if y'all want to bet the ponies, you interested in that, this is the guy. This is a must follow right here. This man knows his stuff. He always comes in spitting knowledge for us on this show on Smoke the Spread. He knows his stuff when it comes to the ponies, man. You've been crushing them. What's the biggest pony bet you ever won, man?
About 14K. It was I pick 6 at Belmont during COVID. I hit that one on, I think I played multiple tickets to hit it, but a $240 investment brought back about 14K.
Let's go, man. Woo,
yeah, that's a great thing about horse racing is you can, turn $240 into a 5-digit score, or you can turn 10 cents into a 5-digit score. Like it's just the possibilities are endless.
Man, I remember shout out to Heather, one of our people there on Patriot Sports Radio and stuff. I know she paid for the whole gymnastics season after y'all's info on the Kentucky Derby, man. She had a trifecta for like $3K or something.
I saw that. Yeah, that was a great hit. That Derby trifecta always pays really well because they make you bet a dollar base instead of the 50 cents. So the pool gets huge, and then there are 20 horses. So there are so many possible combinations. Yeah, good for her. I saw that and I was really, really pumped that someone caught into it. And I got to say that was our boy Chuck. That was his call with the having Mystic Dan in there, because I was not on that horse.
Man, Chuck's about it, ain't he? Chuck knows his stuff too, man. He's been around this game longer than we've been alive, man, but he knows his stuff.
Yeah, he was talking about somebody from the early 80s, and I didn't have the heart to be like, Chuck, I wasn't born yet, man. I'm mid 80s.
Right. That's why he starts dropping knowledge on me, and I'm like, yeah, Chuck, I don't remember that, man. Sorry. He knows his stuff though, bro. He's been around the horse racing game. I mean, hell, for the over 6 decades now. So I mean, that's a long time to be around the game. You've seen a lot of people come and go. You know, you've seen all the scandal, all the different things come along in that. So Chuck knows his stuff, bro. I enjoy getting him in there and getting his input too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, absolutely. It's like you were talking about Smoke the Stakes. It's going to be a fun show. It's going to be a really fun show. I'm looking forward to getting that one going. I think we're going to try to around like Saratoga time, around mid-July, be tightened up and ready to roll.
That was another question I asked for you. You know, I'm not big into the ponies, so I know about the Triple Crown and this little 6-week period here where we have all these races. But I guess horse racing is really just getting cranked up, man.
Yeah, it doesn't end with the Triple Crown. This is when all the win and you're in for the Breeders' Cup race. Breeders' Cup races kind of starts, which the Breeders' Cup will be the first weekend in November. And until then, you have all these races where you have to win one of them to get your entry into the gate into one of these 14 Breeders' Cup races. And if you're not into horse racing, check out the Breeders' Cup sometime, because that is essentially like the Super Bowl like 2 times over.
Right.
You get 2 days worth of Super Bowl. They're like 14 Super Bowls.
Oh, fair enough. That hey, I can get into that sort of thing, man. I can definitely get into that.
It's I had the chance to go to the one in Del Mar a couple years ago when I was doing some work for America's Best Racing, and it was a blast, absolute blast, and people are just dressed to the nines. I got to see, ran into Avery Johnson, and I wanted to be like,
let's go.
Hey, weren't you in that movie, Eddie? Was that you?
I bet he's a cool cat though, man.
Yeah, he seemed pretty nice. I didn't give him any crap for coaching Alabama or anything.
That's fair. That's fair. We'll let that. I'm sure he knows enough, man. He regrets that enough, I'm sure.
That's right.
So what's up, Clown World 42069 says Mavs could always choke, man. Yeah, you ain't wrong, man. They looked bad last night. Good to see you in here, though. We love new faces, man. Chase, I appreciate you, man. You always, like I said, come in here spitting the knowledge to us. We'd love to have you back on Smoke the Spread this evening or in the morning. I'm sure you talk to E and all that stuff. Y'all work that stuff out, man. So we get in there and give them folks a little knowledge, too. Y'all can find me on X at Cricket1414. Cricket is spelled with 2 T's. You can find me here every morning on the Game On channel, Monday through Saturday, about 7:30 a.m. Eastern for your Sports Morning Espresso Shot. Come over here and have a silly goose time with us. For the best value in sports handicapping, come check us out over at sportspicks.locals.com, where we got the great Robert Barnes making the official picks. You already know that man crushes. He's got a great community. You can post your own picks, videos, things like that. We'll interact back with you. So come check us out, man. sportspicks.locals.com, where we turn the odds in your favor. And then come back this afternoon, y'all, over on That Damn Sports Network for Smoke the Spread, where you can find all your winners and stay up to date on the ever-changing world of cannabis culture. What you going on today, Chase?
I forgot I had one more thing to plug. I'm going to be on VSiN tonight at 9:30 Eastern. So if you get that channel, if you get VSiN, check me out.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, y'all, I'm telling y'all want to bet the ponies, man, you need to listen to this guy because he will give you all the knowledge you need. He knows everything about these ponies, man. Knows about the trainers, knows about the owners, knows about the tracks, all that stuff.
Yeah,
so that's going to be exciting.
It's a disease, pretty much.
I understand, man. We all got our vices, man. We all got our vices. Well, all right, y'all. We appreciate every single one of y'all that came in the chat today. Shout out to Rumble putting us up top, always taking such great care of us. We love y'all. Hope y'all come back. Give us a follow on the channel. Smash that like button for us. Let Rumble know you enjoy what you're seeing. Just want to say you and all of your beautiful families stay safe out there today. Good luck in all of your wagers, and we'll be back bright and early in the morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. And until then, good luck, good gambling, and game on.
President Trump, why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh in on the racial identity of your opponent?
I read where she was not black, and then I read that she was black.
Vice President Harris.
We have someone who wants to be president who has consistently attempted to use race to divide. And I think the American people want better than that, want better than this. We all have dreams and want a president who invests in those, not in hate and division.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for President.